Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Reality of Jvrse channel. Where we bring your reality face to face with you. Hey, man, I want to talk about our purpose. And I dropped a video on this not too long ago. It's probably a couple months ago. We talked about our purpose, but I want to give some key insight on how we can really dive into and dwell in our purpose and really be working in our purpose, right? I got three key things, and we're gonna go ahead and get out the way. But really think, do you really feel like that you like walking in your passion right now? Do you feel excited about your passion and your purpose? Do you feel like that you walking in it, that you're really committing to it, that day in and day out that you're doing something to add to whatever your purpose is, whatever your passion is? Do you feel like that you are implementing and investing into whatever that purpose is? Really think about that. Take a minute and really think about what are some of your passions, right? That align with your purpose, what your purpose is, and think about if you are making your investment day to day on making sure that purpose is carried out. Think about that for a second. Yeah, I mean, it could be anything. It could be, a hobby. It could be something that, you maybe weren't so talented in, right? You had to get skilled in it, but you hold it near and dear to your heart. Those are your passions, right? And does it align with like the purpose, the reason why you're here, what you've been set out to do from the very beginning of time, your commission? First thing we got to do, right, is reflect on our passions and our values. We got to spend some time really thinking about what truly matters to us. We got to consider, maybe the different activities that we involve ourselves in. You know what I'm saying? Some topics of discussion that spark interest to us, you know, and really help us understand like truly what we're excited about and what makes us feel fulfilled. So, I mean, a couple questions that I would just ask myself is, what are my deepest passions? What are my interests? What are what values do I hold, you know, most dear and close to myself, right? What are my highest values? Here's a really good one. Here's a really good one. When do I feel the most alive and engaged? Right? Really think about them. When do I feel the most alive and engaged? And then the final one is, what are some activities or maybe even some experiences that bring me the greatest joy and satisfaction? What are those activities? What are those passions? Right? Because when you learn to understand those passions and those values, you can begin to identify your potential avenues, right? Your pathways to pursuing your purpose. But if you can't gauge those, it's going to be hard for you to figure out what your passion truly is. So we got to lock in on those and really figure out what they are, where they really sit. We got to figure that out. So that's the first thing. Reflecting on our passions and our values. Figuring those things out, right? Second thing is identifying your strengths and your talents. So now, since you've reflected on it, maybe you got a sheet of paper and you wrote down, some of your passions and some of your interests, and you figured out the thing that that you valued the most as you start to cross some things out off the list, and now you found out what made you feel the most alive and the most engaged, and now you know what brings you the greatest joy and satisfaction. So now, since you understand that, you can identify your different strengths and your talents. That's number two. It's identifying your strengths and your talents. So now that you've reflected on those things, you got to excel in them. right? Now you got to gravitate to them and really make them your own. That passion that you have, that interest that you have in that particular thing, and I really love that one point, that thing that makes you feel the most alive and most engaged. I'm really huge on engagement, right? I'm here, we're having a conversation. I'm looking at the camera, which is you. We're having an intimate conversation. I'm engaged in our interaction that we're having, right? Now that you've established what that is, you found out now what you're good at. You found out, you know, what other skills that you truly had. You identified those different strengths and those different talents. And now you're able to find out the places that you're most confident in, right? And not just confident, but competent in, right? That you're skilled in. And now your strengths can offer you some different clues and even give you leverage to excel in or gaining that ability to walk fully into your purpose and impact the world, right? Get you in full alignment with who you are always destined to be. So the first thing we did is we reflected on our passions and our values, found out what our passions and our interests were and the thing that made us feel the most alive and the most engaged. And then we identified the very thing that we, were the best at. As we crossed different things off our list, we found out what we excelled in and we were able to recognize it, right? Now we have confidence and we're definitely, we believe that we're competent in that specific skill, that specific passion or interest. Now we got to explore and find meaningful experiences that align with that passion that we found, with that interest, with that value, right? So you got to literally actively be looking out and trying to find, the experiences that will show the value, right, in those particular passions that you have. So if I could paint a picture, it might be volunteering. And, if you like art, it might be going out and getting connected to other artists. And now that you're connected with other artists and y'all are in that room and maybe y'all are painting, you might go to a painting sip. And now you're talking with different people, right? Your brain is getting picked. You're able to pick their brain. There's great conversation that's going on as y'all converse with one another. It's great conversation that's filling the room. You're getting new ideas, right? You're literally getting handcrafted from those different interactions and engagement that you're having with those other people. You're getting the blueprint to how to walk in your purpose, the way it's supposed to look, the way it's supposed to feel, because that moment, that experience that you're having, right? This is a picture that we're painting. You at the painting sip and you're there and there's a moment that's being captured. There's a feeling that's being exalted. And now you're living in that moment, and now you got to find other experiences, other avenues to help you recreate that same experience. And if anything, elevate it higher, right? Gain a greater experience. So get out there and volunteer, man. Pursue those hobbies and those activities. And the most important thing to get the meaningfulness of whatever your passion is, to walk in your purpose, is you got to be able to accept the challenges that come, the hardships that come with it. I love to say all the time that I would take, right? If I, in my organization, y'all know about Ultimate Potential, I'd rather have the person who is skilled in a particular, career path or expertise, right? Whatever the thing is that they're good at, I'd rather them have skill in it than just talent. Because a lot of times talent means that you were given it, but it's not groomed. It's not it hasn't been shaped into its perfection, right? Its ultimate potential. But the skill meant that maybe you didn't have the talent. Maybe you weren't born with it. Maybe you had to learn how to do it. And you had to apply pressure. There was moments where maybe you felt like you didn't want to do it because it was hard, it was difficult. But you still pushed through. And you got so good at it now, the skill, right? You got so skilled in it because there was moments that you didn't want to do it. There was moments that you didn't know how to do it and you had to figure it out. And then there was moments where you fell so in love with it that you were able to put your own flavor on it. A lot of times talents, you're just able to do it, but you may not always have the high drive to do whatever that talent is because you were born with it. You might even take it for granted. But skills you don't always take for granted because you had to become a diamond. You had to get pressure applied to you. You had to go through hardship. You had to experience the unknown, right? Meaning that you had to learn how in places where you weren't educated, that you weren't knowledgeable. All of these different things help you and combine self-discovery and ultimate meaningfulness in discovering your passion, right? Your purpose, your ultimate purpose that you're supposed to walk in. I know that my purpose here is to be an influencer. I could tell from the day that I was born that my walk was different, that I don't do a lot of the things that other people do. I don't talk, I don't walk, I don't think the way that a lot of other people do. And everybody's different, right? But I believe that a lot of people don't understand that we influence people every day in so many different ways. That's something I've always been aware of, that my walk, my talk, and my ideas can literally shape a whole nother individual. So I'm an influencer. That's what my purpose is to influence people. And because I'm a man of God, it's to influence them to walk right, walk righteously. I'm not righteous. The God in me is righteous, though. The Jesus in me is righteous, though. And so because of that, every opportunity I get to try and be the best version of myself that I can, I have a lot of skills and a lot of talents. But I know that my purpose and my passion is to influence people. That's why I'm here making this video for you right now, to influence you to be the best version of yourself and really get down, get in that dirt and find out who you are, what you are always meant to do. You can do it. You can do it. If ain't nobody ever told you, you can do it. You can find out who you truly are and what you're meant to do. What's special about you. A lot of people say all the time, everybody's unique in their own way. It's time for you to find out why you're so unique, why you're so handcrafted, why you're so specific, why you're identified out of everybody else, the billions of people that are on the earth. Why can you be identified? What is your identity? And man, I can't wait for you to uncover your purpose and take those steps, man. Them steps towards literally living a more fulfilling and meaningful life, bro. I cannot wait. Can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see and hear how great you are. I hope you gain something from this, man. I hope that, these videos, I hope that they do something for you every time that you come in and you watch. I hope that your perspective has changed. I hope that a new level of potential is being reached. And I hope that ultimately your reality is coming face to face with you. It's your boy Jvrse, man. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much for 8,000 subscribers. We're on the way to 10K and higher. You guys are amazing. Can't wait to look up one day and say, man, really got 100,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers. You guys are amazing. I love y'all so much. Hit the comment section. Tell me what your passion is. Don't leave this video without letting me know who you are supposed to be. Let me know your passions in the comment section down below. And I will catch y'all in the next video, man. I leave you with the words, peace and love, man.